Fellas, how in the hell are we doing here today? Now, this is obviously going to be a bit different of a video because we're not playing any games or anything, but this is something I've been pretty excited to do recently this year, and I've just been wanting to talk to people about it. So, let's just get this out of the way, you know what I'm saying? Let me show you this little boom! Welcome, everybody, to Lunar's Fantasy Football Extravaganza. Alright? Now, if you can't already tell by the title of the video or the title of our nice little graphic here, we're playing fantasy football. Now, that's not something you really watch people play, but this is something that I've never really done. This is my first year playing it, and it's been a lot of fun. Been liking it a lot. I know this has been like super popular forever already. All right, like this isn't something new, crazy, but this is my first time playing it, and I've been really excited about it. Now, your boy is a college football fan. I've never really had an NFL team to root for, so I've never really watched NFL. But fantasy definitely changed that, you know what I'm saying? It gave me a reason to kind of hop into all, like, literally every game and care about something going on in it, and it's been a lot of fun. Like I also already just said, obviously we're in about like week 7 by now. All right, the league's been going on for quite some time, but this is a video I've been kind of pondering making the past couple weeks. I wanted to make like a preview of each week, like a look ahead to see what's going on, and also give you guys like a review of what happened in the past week. So yeah, week 7, we're obviously gonna have to play a little bit of catch up. All right, I'm gonna have to fill you guys in on the past weeks. But once we kind of get this going into a bit of a like rhythm, it'll be a video where I go over what happened last week and then we look ahead at the match next week and see how things are looking. Because yeah. So without wasting any more time here, welcome to the league, fellas. This is my team. We have Kirby's Angels. All right, that's the boys. That's the dream team. That's where everybody's wanting to get drafted in 2024. Also, before we get into my team, I do just want to mention that we're playing a 6-team league, and I honestly really enjoy this a lot more than like a 10 or 12, you know what I'm saying? If there was double the amount of teams in this league than there are right now, then everybody would already be taken, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that is anybody would already be rostered up, and you would almost feel kind of constricted with just what you have. As we'll be able to see here in a second, your boy has been making a ton of moves here and there to just pick up people like, oh, I think this dude's going to do really good this week. I'm going to pick him up, because why not? And that's honestly been a really fun part of fantasy. I'm sure you can still kind of do that in other leagues, but it gives you more option in the smaller team leagues because there's still so many good people on the waiver that like it's hard to mess up, honestly. But enough of all that, let's just get straight into my team here. Now, some of you might be saying, Lunar, what's going on here? You don't have a team even rostered. And there's actually a funny story behind that. My league started a week late, so we actually didn't play week 1. We didn't draft week 1. That's why there's nothing here. We started in week 2. So to just get through this little catch-up section of the video, we're going to go through the past week starting with week 2 real quick, and then we'll get up to our week 7 matchup, see what's going on with that. All right, boom, here we are, fellas, in week 2. I'm not going to get into the matchup just yet. I wanted to show you the team that I drafted from the very beginning. So right out of the jump, our starters for week 2, Patrick Mahomes. Solid QB1 choice, right? Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, so Patrick Mahomes. Then we got, boom, Tony Pollard. Solid. J.K. Dobbins. Solid. Devontae Smith. Sticky Fingies. Solid. Stephon Diggs. Hell yeah. Brock Bowers. All of my friends were laughing at me when I got Bowers like round 4 out of the draft. They're like, oh, you got Bauer, the rookie? Yeah, they're laughing now, huh? When he's like the top 5 tight end in the league, huh? Yeah, everybody's laughing now that Bowers is going off, huh? Yeah, Bowers is the truth. Glad I got him. Then we got Xavier Worthy, Harrison Butker, Dallas defense. I don't know where in my head, who told me to get the Dallas Cowboys. I drafted them in like I don't know why, who, but we did it, and they got your boy 1 point. So that sucks. We'll never do that again. But yeah, moving on. And then our bench. All right, we got Derrick Henry, Rashad White, Jaden Reed, Lad McConkey, AJ Brown. So I know that was kind of random and a lot, but that is our team that we started out the year with. And as you will see, that is not the team we finished out with. All right, we have done some crazy GMing, some crazy moving around. But actually, if we go to our matchup here, the boys still pulled it off. Would you look at that? All right, we had a 112-106 victory over the boy Bound BMO. All right, BMO has been playing for quite a little bit, but he doesn't know that your boy's just naturally gifted at anything he touches. So I had to hop in here and kind of teach him a lesson. I know you watching this too, BMO. We got a big match coming up. I hope you're ready. All right, fellas. But yeah, so week 2, really close game, honestly. I don't know if you guys can see, well, I'll zoom in on this. But if you see here the projected points, he was projected to absolutely blow me out of the water, all right? 129 to 109. And you see the little percentages here, how I got 99%, 1%. At the start of Sunday, I was at like a 30% chance of winning this match. Like, Sleeper had no faith in my team. They're like, no, your boy's not getting it done. But look at him. Close QB race. Terrible QB day for both of them, but close race. And then everybody else just able to pick up the pieces. All right. Huge 20 out of Devontae, huge 20 out of J.K. Dobbins. I mean, you love to see it. They saved you, boy. Really. Old Travis Kelce dropping a 1.6 also saved you, boy. That helped out a lot. All right. Really offset the old Dallas defense we had going on here. So, yeah, that was week 2. Feeling good, feeling great. But this team is not done, all right? We had a lot of moves to make, and that's where we come into, boom, week 3, all right? So week 3, we started looking at the bench. We were like, why in the hell is Derrick Henry sitting there? So boom, we throw in Derrick Henry, and he drops a monster 30 bomb, all right? Everybody saw it. Everybody was there. It was crazy. Love the boy for that. And then everything else is pretty much the same besides the LA Chargers. We tried to pick up the Chargers defense. Had a little faith in the boy Jim Harbaugh, but he only gave us 5 points. So not a whole lot more, but we were still able to pull off the week 3 dub. Look at that. Don't you like it? So this was 113 to 105. All right. I'm honestly barely scraping these dubs out so far, but the team's getting it done. It would have been a lot better if my boy Baker Mayfield didn't drop a 9.5. All right. After Mahomes did so terrible, I was like, all right, we got to go to the portal, pick something up. Baker Mayfield. And then he does this. All right. We had to give him the nickname, only goes off on the bench, because when I want to start him, he wants to drop less than 10 points. Luckily, my boy Henry, like I was just saying, was there to save the day with the big 30 bomb. And everybody else kind of pulled their weight for what they did. Not a whole lot going on here, but also worth mentioning, at this time in between this week, me and Justin here made a trade. All right. I gave him Jaden Reed for Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon was hurt at the time, and Jaden Reed's quarterback, Jordan Love, was hurt at the time. So Jaden Reed wasn't getting a whole lot of attention, and I saw potential in Mixon. I was like, oh, once that boy comes back, he's going to be an absolute tank. So I figured it would kind of work out anyways. Reed wasn't going to do a whole lot while waiting for Mixon, so might as well pick up Mixon since someone's got to wait anyways. And that's what we did. So he was kind of sitting there on the bench either way, and this dude didn't start Jaden Reed, so it's not like he had any sort of impact. But that is a big turning point here in the league, I would say, and a turning point for the Angels. All right. Joe Mixon, huge pickup. And currently we have AJ Brown and Joe Mixon just sitting on our benches in injury at this time. But we have faith, all right? What we have in week 3 is a lot of faith that they're going to come back and do greatness. And they do. Alrighty, folks, moving on here to week 4. I'm not going to lie, this is where disaster struck our team. All right, so Baker had an off week. We decided to throw back in Mahomes, see what he's got, and bro goes for 14, less than the projected again. Singletary. We also start making some roster moves. Wait, we pick up Devin Singletary. Bro drops 4 points. We pick up Khalil Shakir, 10 points, less than projected. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. At this point, Houston defense, 2 points. Oh gosh. All right. Every week, your boy has been making crazy GM moves, and the first 2 weeks they paid off, but this week, trouble in Terrace Town. All right, we got screwed is what we did. Devin Singletary, I hate you, bro. I hate you. Look at that. It says, I hate you because I do. Because I do. I cannot believe I got shafted like that. Also, look at the QB right here. Like I said, Mahomes, 14 points. Baker Mayfield drops 28 points that week. That's going to be important for later. Let's go to the matchup. So week 4, we lose to Jacobs, Tyreek, and friends. All right. This is a match. This is one of those matches where it's like, man, I honestly got upset here. Like, it was an upset. Look at that. 14, 23. Look at this too. All right. So he beat me by 7 points, 114 to 107. Look at remember the Mayfield and Mahomes, bro. If I would have started Mayfield, I would have won. at this point, I was done with Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, bro, you're gone. Devin Singletary, I hate you. Like, I'm going off on everybody. I just needed 7 points to win this. Going into Monday Night Football, I was down like a cool, I forgot what it was. I was down by probably 11 or something, and Jacob still had somebody to play in Monday Night Football, DK Metcalf. He still had DK Metcalf, a really nice, respectable wide receiver one. So I needed to do I needed to do something. I needed to make some sort of move, try to just go for broke, make a Hail Mary shot, and that's when your boy picked up Jackson Smith and Najigba, like 2 hours before the Monday night game. I was like, he could do it. This boy could go off for me. And he honestly did. I mean, he was one of the best people on my team that week. It was a super clutch, like sleeper pickup, but just a little short of the goal. If bro would have got us a touchdown, we would have won. But there was a couple times where he had the potential to, and it was just dropped, didn't work out. Like, oh, that was such a hard game to watch. That Hail Mary almost paid off though. I was down by like 11 or so, then we brought it back to 7 because what's his face? Yo, am I tripping? He didn't even start DK. I'm actually tripping. He didn't even start DK, but long story short, I was down on points and I was still trying to make that like clutch comeback with Jackson Smith. And we almost had it. If he would have had a touchdown, we would have probably had it, but Tyreek and friends gave us our first loss on the year. And after this, the Angels would not stand for it anymore. After this loss, we had a wake-up call, reality check, unlike anything anyone's ever seen before. And that takes us into week 5. Here we are in week 5. All right, fellas, we made a ton of changes again. Some good, some didn't pay off. So like I was already saying, Mahomes gone. All right, we cut him from the team, and we picked up Jordan Love because he was finally back from injury. Then we also dropped Singletary because we hate him, and Shakir, picked up Hubbard and Wicks. And then we also, I think we dropped Xavier Worthy and someone else to pick up Swift. And then we have 2 defenses. We picked up the Vikings defense, which is the best defense in the NFL right now. And then Denver, which is another top 5 defense, which is huge. Look at both of them this week, 16 and 17 points. For a defense, after I've already been dropping like less than 5 each game, that is huge. That is a huge pickup for your boy. And everybody besides, we also swapped kickers. There was no need to swap out Harrison Butker, especially since especially since the Chiefs' offense has been struggling so hard this season. But I just tried to like make a play to like squeeze as many points out as I can. But McPherson kind of screwed me. McPherson and Wicks both kind of screwed me, but everybody else went ham. It didn't even matter. So here was the matchup for week 5. It was actually our best match of the season so far. We had 131 to 96 points. I mean, kind of blew him out of the water, not gonna lie. And yeah, it was just a good week for your boy. Good, solid week for your boy. This was a turning point for the Angels, all right? The pickup of Hubbard, this dude, sleeper, all right? I think by now he's like a top 5 running back. Like by the time when I picked him up, he was like in the 20s to 30s range, but he's been going off for Carolina ever since Bryce Young left. So he's huge. Also Swift, now that Caleb Williams is kind of starting to get in his bag a little bit, the Bears offense is moving a little bit more. Swift has been going off. Loved that. And like I said earlier, I mean, we're rock solid on defense. Like our defense is a powerhouse. And now that we don't have Mahomes, I mean, we have 2 great quarterbacks. Literally everywhere you look, I mean, we're just stacked. We are just stacked across the board. This was also in week 5. Nico Collins got hurt. So that makes Stephon Diggs the new wide receiver 1 for Houston. So we got Diggs, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Yeah, we're stacked in the wide receiver room. Like just those boys. You know what I'm saying? Diggs, Brown, and Smith. And I think we make some more changes, but let's move on to week 6. Alrighty, fellas, here is our team for week 6. Like I was just trying to remember one of the other wide receivers I got, and it was T. Higgins. That's who I was slipping up on. And that's also another huge pickup to just get off the waivers. So this is pretty much the exact same team as the last week, but some changes we made where we picked up Young Hoku for kicker. That dude's been going ham. And we also swapped the Broncos for Green Bay Packers. Both of them great defenses, but the Broncos had a less favorable matchup, so I decided to drop them. And Green Bay went off for your boy, 12 points. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely take it. This week right here was a smacking. All right, I don't know if you guys see this for the starters, but everybody went above projections, and they killed. Let's see what went on. Here is our week 6. All right. It's almost disrespectful that this performance got wasted on this team. For a little backstory, this guy in our league honestly hasn't even really been playing a whole lot. Like he hasn't changed his roster a single time. He's got Christian McCaffrey, Jake Moody, Michael Pittman. Like these are all dudes that are hurt. And he just got them starting out here. So it like ruins his points. He's 0-5. Everybody beats him. It's a free dub. And I was kind of sad that my best week and the league's best week kind of got wasted on this dude. But it's all right because this is honestly just how things are now with the Angels. All right, we've gone through week 2 to week 6, and you've seen the progression of this team and how many people we've let come and go. And just look at the powerhouse we have come together. I mean, starting out in the quarterback room, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield. Running backs, Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift, Chuba Hubbard. I mean, what are we talking about? And then wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Stephon Diggs, T. Higgins, and Devontae Smith. Like, what are we talking about? Defenses, we got Green Bay and Minnesota. I mean, goodness, this team is firing on all cylinders right now. This team is nasty. Alrighty, folks. So that was our little catch-up montage. As you can see, we have made it to week 7. That is the current week we are in right now. And our record is 4-1. Our only loss so far has been to Tyreek and friends. And it's something we should not have lost at all, but it's something that happened and we're going to move forward. Yeah, like I just said, the Angels are firing on all cylinders right now. And just look at this powerhouse of a team we're going into this week with. All right, we're going to start Baker. We're going to start Henry. We just got Joe Mixon and A.J. Brown back last week. Oh, like I said, boys, this is what we were waiting on right here. This was the magic we were waiting on, and it's finally magicking, and we love it. So those dudes, they've been sitting on the bench forever. They cannot wait to get out there and score your boys some points. I'm excited to see what they do. Stephon Diggs, like I also mentioned, Nico Collins is out, so Stephon Diggs is Houston's wide receiver 1 right now. That is huge. Diggs is crazy. He's going to be getting all the balls Nico would have been getting, and I'm going to get like another 30 points out of that boy too. Great. Moving on, Bowers. I don't know if you guys know this, but he's got that. He's got that. Brock Bowers got that. All right, he's got that dog in him, and that boy is about to shine on the Las Vegas Raiders. If you don't know what's going on with the Raiders right now, Devontae Adams is out of there. All right, he's going to the Jets, so that's gonna make Bowers, even though he's a tight end, he's their best wide receiver. All right, like he is their best hands to catch the ball, and he's going to be getting a lot of them now. Devontae Adams already hasn't played for like 2 weeks, and we've already kind of seen the boy go off, but he also has been getting covered a lot more, and people just know that's their only real weapon. But I'm excited to see him work around all that, and I think he's still going to perform pretty good. Bowers is only a rookie, and I'm obviously really bullish on him because he obviously went to Georgia, but that dude's easily going to finish this year as a top 5 tight end, and maybe even better than that throughout the course of his career. Bowers is going to be that guy. He also needs to get off the Raiders and go get himself a chip, all right? Because he's not going to get a Super Bowl ring with the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sorry to say, but he needs to get out of there. Moving on, Hubbard, all right? Our boy Chuba, doing great. Top 5 running back right now. He's like probably 30% of the Carolina's like total offense right now. I mean, he's moving the ball left, right, front, back, and center. So that boy's going to go off for sure too. Young ho, cool. You know what I'm saying? My old lady be wildin', but my young ho, she cool. All right. I read that in the comment section somewhere. It's not lying. All right. My young ho, she cool. All right. That dude's going to go off. Can't wait to see it. And Green Bay. I'm kind of in a predicament right now. I don't know if I want to start the Vikings defense or Green Bay defense, because the Vikings are obviously the best defense in the NFL, but statistically, it's looking like they have a harder matchup against the Lions than Green Bay do against Houston. So I don't know. Either way, they're both really good. They're both going to do great. But let's just get into the matchup here. Here we are in our matchup, folks. What do you know? We're playing Bound BMO Week 7. BMO is a fantasy football experienced vet. All right, he's been playing this for a lot of many years, and he was going in here feeling pretty, you know what I'm saying, feeling pretty high and confident about things until we saw that Week 2 matchup. All right, right out of the gate. He wants to say it was a fluke. Yeah, all right. It honestly was a fluke because we didn't have the full effect of the Angels playing that week, all right? We didn't have Mixon. We didn't have A.J. Brown playing that week, all right? He's going to feel some real pain this week, all right? So this is the first time we don't see what's going on yet. And as you can tell, Sleeper has us at a dead 50-50% right now. We are both 4-1 in the league, but if we go to the league page and look at the standings, BMO is actually in the lead, all right? We're both 4-1. We're the only 4-1 teams right now, but he just has a little bit more points than me. A little bit more. He had a few big weeks, like a week or two ago, where he had the most points in the league back to back, and that kind of boosted him up. But your boy just had a 184, all right? And that definitely caught me up a good bit. But he's still in first, whatever, yada yada. It's okay, because once we go to 5-1 and he goes to 4-2, it doesn't matter what the points say. Beat him first. And I mean, if I beat him anyways, I would hopefully, 30 points is a lot, but hopefully if I do beat him, I have more points than him too. But that's what we're looking for. We are looking to go up to number 1 in this week. So that's why it's a very big week. All right. These are two titans in the fantasy football world clashing right now. All right. 4-1, 4-1, 50%, 50%. All right. Look at the margin here. We both got 120. 0.39, 120.62. The only thing that makes me feel really good about this is, for starters, he's got Jonathan Taylor on his team, who's technically out right now. I don't even know if this dude's going to be playing this week, so it's kind of artificially inflating his numbers. And just looking at the games that these people are playing, I feel like my team has better matches. If we just take a look at some other people down the list, though, Brock Purdy, his quarterback, going against Kansas City, all right? Kansas City hasn't looked the best this season, but they got the refs on their side. I don't think San Francisco is going to pull this one off, and I don't think Purdy's going to have the best night. Also, Saquon Barkley, he's been doing great, all right, when Jalen Hurts doesn't have his top wide receivers in the game. But boom, baby, they're back, all right? We got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith back. Yeah, Barkley probably not going to see a whole lot of balls, all right? He's going to need to open up some wide holes or just run balls in at the 1-yard line. But he better watch out for Brown and Devontae Smith. All right, that's all I got to say. Jamar Chase, that's actually a problem. All right, him and Burrow, that is a threat. He could actually pop off. He's already had a game that's like 40 points too. So right now we are kind of scared of them. And they're also playing Cleveland. All right, Cleveland's in absolute shambles right now. That dude could have a game. But then we feel a little bit better when we go down to Brandon Ayuk. All right, this dude's also a really solid wide receiver 1, but he hasn't really done anything at all this season. He just had his best game, I think, last week. But like I just said, he's also going to be going up against Kansas City. So they're pretty tough. They're undefeated right now. We'll see how it goes for them. Travis Kelce, been a little more worried about State Farm commercials and Who Wants to Be a Celebrity or whatever that show is. So his mind isn't really in the game of football. Probably not going to be catching a whole lot of balls. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't really done a whole lot this season. Josh Jacobs, he's not Jaden Reed. That's all I know. Probably not going to be doing a whole lot. I'm just kidding. He might. Who knows? But I don't think he'll do better than he might do better than Ayuk. Not going to do better than Chase. I'd say even if they both get around 20 points, I still feel pretty comfortable about it. But I don't think they'd go above that. All right, I don't see either of them exploding in their games. Besides maybe Chase because he's playing Cleveland. But yeah, all right, moving on. Justin Tucker. This dude also is a really good kicker, but he hasn't really done a whole lot this season. He's been just kind of mid. My boy Young Hoku. Lot better, all right? He's been doing a lot better, and I feel like he has a bit more of a favorable matchup against Seattle. And then defenses, the 49ers defense has been really good, but like I just said, he's got 3 people on the 49ers. They're going up against KC, all right? Now, Kansas City is in shambles right now when it comes to the offensive department, which might help them out a little bit. But Kansas City has also found a way to win all of their games so far, so they're going to put up points somewhere, and that's going to hurt their defense. Something that kind of sucks is that he has a kicker that plays Monday, and I have my best running back and quarterback playing Monday. So those are a lot of points that we're not going to have right on Sunday to just see. but it's all right because we'll get them later. It's just stressful though going into Monday if you're like down and you have people to play. It's like, oh gosh, I really need them to do good now. Oh my gosh. I'd rather just rip it off like a band-aid, have everybody play Sunday. Yeah, folks, this is probably going to do it for the video here. This is kind of random because I had to like catch you guys up on what's going on, but this is going to be a weekly series that I do where we go over the match from last week and then we look at the match for next week, see what's going on. I let you know my changes, how I'm feeling about players at Lunar's Fantasy Football Extravaganza. All right, so it's a great time. We're all gonna have fun. We're going to learn about football, and we're going to win. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take this team all the way, and we're going to win the championship in our first year, because that's what we do. That's how we are. That's how we operate. So thank you, folks. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please, please, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Like I just said, this is going to be a weekly series, so if you did like this, there's going to be more of them next week, or at least one of them next week. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be cool. Also, I would really appreciate a subscribe right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can see the number down there next to my name or something, but we're at like 600-ish subscribers, and your boy's trying to hit 1K before the end of the year. I feel like it's doable. We still got a couple months, but I need your help. We need you. You know what I'm saying? So do your boy a favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. We're done here, folks. Thank you for watching. This has been Lunar, and welcome to Bound.